Whoop.
Alright, let's get this. Yes. Alright, we're on. Oh. Well, bizarre, just rocked in a guest. He's going to give us, well, I'll let him introduce himself. He's too big for me. I'm just a minion. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. This is DJ Chips from Brooklyn, New York. I played at the Carlton last night. Here to give a little history about Brooklyn's contribution to hip-hop that was grossly overlooked.
Sweet. Well, we're going to flip this over. We've got plenty of instrumentals now, rocking. And yeah, so what brings you to Perth?
For some gigs, Mega Mike and Triple D, they launched a magazine out of necessity, and I'm featured in the magazine. Big, nice interview.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know much about Brooklyn DJs, I suggest that you pick up the magazine, and that'll help fill in a lot of blanks.
So this is before the block parties, is it? Before the...
Basically, the American journalists sort of like skipped over Brooklyn and went right to the Bronx, and they just took verbatim whatever these dudes said in the Bronx about how hip-hop started, and they went with that. They didn't really go into Brooklyn, because Brooklyn was way ahead of the Bronx as far as DJing before they even came aboard with the whole concept.
Cool. Got my ears.
This isn't nothing to knock on the Bronx, but it's true. We're way ahead in the DJ game with our sound systems, breaking beats, before they got on board and getting into the DJ game. They didn't really get into the DJ game until like the late 70s, like 78, 79. That's when it kind of took off for them. But before them, Brooklyn was way ahead.
And were they rocking 45s or everything?
I was rocking 45s before the 12-inch even came along in the mid-70s. You use full albums for cuts, and then you buy 45s, because 45s at that time, they had a part 1 and part 2. So in order to mix it, you play side 1 and then blend in side 2 to keep that song going.
I didn't blend in anything, I just flipped it over.
Actually, I still have my 45 collection. I love it. So
I wish you'd bought it.
Time and chance I get, I pull them out and I play them all. And they're like in mint condition too.
Wow.
Yes. So, I'm over here I was talking last night at the gig at the Carlton, and didn't realize that there were a lot of records that didn't get played over here. They just get imported and everything. So when I was introducing some records to Meg, he said, "Oh my God, I never heard that before." And I just took it for granted, since these records were hits in the United States, that there were hits everywhere else. So I'm finding learning a lot by being here.
Yeah, I came from the UK, and we had quite a big northern scene we thought they would get big hits in America, but they weren't, and they're kind of massive in the UK, and they're all 45s, and yeah, we've been rocking then. I've been playing northern soul since I started. So,
I'm glad you brought that up, because I saw the documentary, and I absolutely loved it, because I was hearing these records. Some of the records somebody had redone, and then I had the chance to hear the original. I said, "Oh, so that's where they get that song from."
Yeah.
But that was great. And also I read this magazine called Wax Poetics, and Wax Poetics, they really dig and find a lot of unknown artists that really got their shine. And so they had a nice article on Northern Soul. I found it fascinating. I would love to play for that type of crowd.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun.
It's a bit odd. There's no mixing. They play one record and people like clap, and then they yeah, it was it's kind of strange for me playing at a couple of northern nights,
Ah.
and they're quite eclectic on the way they buy their records. They have to be first press or acetates, or they're really quite sort of quirky. They won't let you play a repress,
Ah.
and so it's kind of, yeah, it's a strange night. I went on with any old records that I had that I just thought were good.
Now I was watching them Get records. Did most of the records come from the United States, or did they go looking for records in old record stores in England?
Most of them are from America, definitely, and they're heavy diggers go over, like Kev Dodge was.
Oh yeah, that's
back in
right.
the
I saw it
day.
in the documentary. The guys came over to one particular record store or place and just raided the place whatever they get their hands on.
They're still doing it. One of my friends from here, he's a huge Northern soul collector, young DJ Ash. He's living in Norway, and he's just been to America and they've dug Detroit and Michigan. They're digging up serious records.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
There was Motown had a California division that they didn't really put a lot of, Barry Gordy didn't really put a lot of time into. So with the magazine from Wax Poetics, they featured all these artists from out there in California that really could have made it big had Barry Gordy putting time into that division. It's sort of like they started it and didn't really put not enough energy behind the artists who recorded these great songs. And so I went and got the CD and I absolutely love it.
And when's your next gig? So
My next gig is going to be on Tuesday at the Birdie, which is on Williams Street.
Oh, it is at the bottom, the Bird.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going
I
to.
said Birdie, right?
Yeah, that's all right. I think people know where it is. It's the Bird at the bottom of Williams Street. Everyone
Yes.
knows. That's a cool venue, actually.
All right.
Well, yeah, it's good. I'm going to come and check it anyway,
That'd be
definitely.
great. Give me a chance to, like I said, set some things historically straight and just enlighten people. They can come to their own conclusion of whether they think Brooklyn, Bronx. But basically, to be honest with you, it was a New York thing. In my opinion, it didn't start in like one particular area. It just generated itself out. But they grabbed the mantle and ran with it, and that's what the journalists picked up.
Word.
Pretty interesting.
Very.
I love New York. I've been twice, and every time it's absolutely killer. A few of the record shops are shut now, but I still like them.
Yeah, I forgot. There was one big major record store. Oh my God, the name escapes me. It'll come to me later. They're sort of like fell by the wayside now that everybody's doing MP3s and getting online music.
Well, if you're in Leadville tomorrow, you can. There's a carnival on there, and I'm playing out at my friend's clothing shop, Elroy. You're more than welcome. You should come along and throw down some 45s if you want to. But he's a cool dude. He used to play guitar in the Clash. So he's a cool
Okay, I know
dude.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy, man. You should come and play some records. He's got a cool shop. So yeah, we've put the decks in. I've just got to take the speaker leads down later.
Wow.
It's not going to be a huge sound system. Might be a bit of a letdown compared to what you're used to, but it'll be loud as.
Well, that's one topic I'll be talking about tomorrow.
The sound systems.
Oh yes, that was a major thing for the Brooklyn DJs. Major.
And what sort of rigs did they start out with?
Well, you had to have one of the companies was Sir and Vega. Sir and Vega was really huge. Their bottoms, Brooklyn was known for its bass bottoms. They had a lot of bass on these records. So having 18-inch woofers in a folded horn cabinet was really neat to have. So that was cool.
And were they static, or did they move them?
Well, these are mobile, so you just had to make sure that the equipment that you bought was durable. Because the mobile DJs, they move from club to club to club, rather than you have a house DJ. The system is already there, and so there's really not too much wear and tear.
Yeah, I remember when I first started, I kind of bought an amp that powered speakers, and then I used to put the decks on top of the amps and the speakers, and there'd be like a mad hum. I didn't know what was going on. I had to pull the speakers away from the decks, and then yeah, when I first played, it was in a crazy like quarry out in Scotland. I'm obviously from Scotland, and I played in this quarry to these ravers, and I just had like pretty hardcore jazz and breaks, and they didn't dig it too much. I think they were a bit like, what the hell? So, you know, they're all on drugs, wanting to go crazy, and I'm playing them like Miles Davis and just giving it to them. Yeah, it was kind of a hard gig, but it was my first open air gig. I just wanted to play on my decks, you know, it was good fun. But yeah, that's what, I guess sound systems are good fun, and when you play on a really big one, it's like, wow, flipping heck, this is awesome.
Yeah, I think my generation was more audiophile enthusiasts. You know, we really took care to learn about, you know, which equipment, you know, produced the best sound, quality. You know, because you would go to certain parties, and whoever DJ that was there, the music would be loud, but it would hurt everybody's ears.
Yeah.
There was really no clarity, you know. So we made sure, at least in my group, Fantasia, because we had an engineer, so everything was, all the components were broken down: bass, mids, highs. You know, we had horns. It was really clear. It was loud, but it was clear, very clear. A friend of mine said that the sound system sounded so good that if I played Yankee Doodle on it, people would get up and start dancing. And that's how good it was.
Yeah, cool. Jealous as. Wish I could have heard it. But you'll get to hear it at the Bird on Tuesday. Hopefully
great.
They'll have their stuff together, and you'll be able to give yourself proud there. Hopefully they'll have a good sound system.
Good. That'll help make the 45 records that I brought with me really sound out.
Yeah, what sort of styluses do you use? I mean, I normally go with Shaw, but I found that a lot of, because I play in bars, you plug them in and they give a bad feedback, so I just go in with Audifons now. But Shaws at home are so loud and just, they sound better, but just for me, that's what I prefer, the 45, like these, the M47s or whatever they are. Yeah, they're normally good, but yeah, these don't give so much of a hum. I was just wondering what sort of stuff you do.
Well, back in the day, I was using Stanton. They came out with this stylus called Disco Duties. Currently, right now, I'm still using Stanton.
Or the 500. Is it Stanton 500 or 5?
Probably.
Yeah, they're similar actually. They look similar.
One of the DJs, Cut Nice, told me last night to try to invest in getting some Shure cartridges and styluses for what I'm doing with the scratching back and forth.
They're good, they're loud, but they're expensive as well, and the trouble is if they jump off the record and hit the slip mat and then you bent the needle, it's like, oh no, it's another 50 bucks.
I'll stay with those for right now.
Yeah, Stanton's are pretty hard wearing. I mean, I started with them, the decks when I bought them, I think they came with those as from the...
Because I still have some of my original Stanton cartridges from the 70s.
Wow.
I don't use them, but you know, they're still there.
Sweet. Well, that's pretty much... It's got to be Flex coming in, because he's always late. It's like, everyone else is here on time, Flex is like half an hour late. So, yeah, I'm going to stick on I might stick on a blues record. Mr. Shepherd likes a bit of blues, so we'll... There's a centre. These are pretty good, these centres here. They're from Melbourne, from a guy we know. Yeah, they're quite they kind of grip the middle, and they're because of that little rubber band on there, and they're a nice heavy weight. So you might want to check them at their. Yeah, I've just ordered another set. I might let you take that one, and you can tell me what you think. Because yeah, I've actually ordered another set because I lost my other one. I had two,
Oh,
and I ordered another one. I'll let you have one. So there you are.
thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. I know you're playing 45s. It's really good, and it's actually quite good if you've got a record with a warp on it. Just holds it down because of the
Alright.
weight of it as well. So yeah. T King in with fantastic blowing guest from New York. Awesome.
Thank you.